Ninjas in Pajamas and Mousesports. One of them's going to the playoffs after this single map of Counter-Strike. I know what you're wondering. What are the odds? Well, actually, we can bring up the odds. One of our sponsors, Betway, has provided us with some. But what are the single chances of these two teams after what has been their history and past as of late? Turns out we've got a slap bang dead in the middle call on the odds, pretty much. I'm seeing a nod from you. That makes sense to you?
Yeah, kind of. We don't really know. I mean, NIP has proven now, I think, that they are team to fair. Mousesports qualify for the major, been on point 2-0 this far, so yeah, pretty even game.
And in terms of NIP, I mean, we've seen a little more from Mousesports, as you mentioned, the qualifier. In terms of NIP, 2 best-of-1 wins, Janko. Are we just attributing this to honeymoon periods, perhaps? Is that a word you want to get involved with?
I mean, it depends. It's also been the same map, just 2 wins on cash. How are they on other maps? But I think the honeymoon period is definitely there. I think it's probably the same for every team. Everyone has it because it's just that when you make that change, everyone's feeling like, yeah, this is the change that we needed to like become the best team in the world. All of our problems are just simply going away with this one roster change. Everyone's super motivated and super focused in practice and so on. And in game, everyone's talking. Everyone's feeling good, you know, and all of those factors combined lead most of the time into a better performance initially.
Is that something you've experienced, I mean, firsthand, of course, Freiburg? You as NIP, while wearing that team shirt, witnessed a multitude of changes, trying to find the right fit for that fifth. Did you experience honeymoon changes recently?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of like getting a new player into the team is like, there's no problems at the beginning, right? Everything is like, life is good, everything is working, we're just doing the things we want, right? So hopefully, but I mean, problems might not even appear, right? So hopefully NIP can keep up going strong. I, for one, will cheer for them. So I'm hoping they will get to the playoffs here, because they're a fan favorite, and I mean, they play good CS.
They do play good CS. There will always be a small part of us that misses this man in that team shirt, absolutely, though. And we get to see if a different map pops up as well. I think that's something that a lot of people are interested in. Just the simple fact that you mentioned already, we've only really seen NIP's cash.
Yeah, and that goes 2 ways for Mousesports, right? On one hand, you've seen what they can do on cash. You can prepare specifically for that map if you'd like. And also, it's a known thing, right? If you feel like they're strong on cash, you maybe want to go for a different map.
Sure.
But then you're walking into the unknown. You're not sure how they're going to play, aggressive, passive, who's holding what. And maybe Mousesports actually do decide to go with cash again because they feel like what they're going to do, they can counter what NIP did so far in the tournament.
Well, hang on a second. Cash is still in the vetoes. They've
the vetoes.
it's happened again.
Oh, they actually picked it. It was NIP's pick, right?
Yeah. What do you
NIP
make of that then, Adam? NIP gifted it.
Why change something that is working?
Okay, but from Mousesports' perspective, Janko, get in the head of their vetoes. They've seen 2 cash games. They've seen great success for the Swedes. What makes them take it to cash?
Well, as I said, they probably feel like they can counter them, and you know, preparing for that game, watching both demos from yesterday, NIP probably doesn't have, with the limited time they had to prepare, a lot of things that they can change on the fly or things that they can fall back on. What they've shown yesterday in their 2 games is probably all the preparation that they have for cash.
I mean, okay, honestly, I haven't even seen a single strat, I think, from NIP's T side. All they've done is like going for picks and then just gathering up late round and finishing a bomb site. So maybe they still have strats.
And it doesn't hurt that the Forest is the second highest rated player of the tournament. I mean, on T side of cash, gets up on the boost, gets 3 kills. That doesn't really involve a lot of calling at that point in time, right?
Yeah.
So obviously, if they can stay on point individually, that in itself might be enough to take down Mousesports. But Forest is the number 2 player. Chris J is number 3 in the tournament so far. So Mousesports hasn't been slouching at all in the individual department.
I'm so thoroughly looking forward to this best of 1. On one hand, you have NIP, who could very well make the playoffs, something that has not necessarily been easy for them as of late, with just 1 map played. That's right, cash is on the cards. And in Mousesports, Dennis could get the home crowd after 1 more game of Counter-Strike. Let's introduce your casters, though. Sadakis and Henry G guiding you through this one.
Thank you so much, Alex. Yes, it is going to be a good one. I actually am I'm excited. I think NIP has proven to be very, very good so far in this event, as we always talk about. You know, Alex, I actually don't give a shit, but thanks for pulling that off the desk. But yeah, I think NIP honeymoon period, but Dennis, also a story. We want to have a German player in front of their own crowd.
Yeah, it'd be great. It's been a long time, I think, since it's happened at a big event. I think Cologne 2015 is the closest we came, where Mousesports just felt crushed out before the playoffs began. So Dennis, the last hope to potentially make it happen, but Ninjas in Pyjamas have looked very good, I have to say. I was excited what they were bringing to the table yesterday, and it's Cash once again, Matthew. NIP versus Mousesports here. Going to be quite the game, I think. I do favour NIP slightly, considering what I saw from Draken, especially looked very good with the AWP. As we get into round number 1, we'll have a look as to how this buy goes down. 4 sets of armor, 1 smoke for Exist, and a Molotov as well. And in terms of their setup, going towards A, pretty standard stuff, 2 towards door, and we have got a bit of aggression coming in from the CTs. Oscar trying to challenge. Doesn't do too much damage, but we're falling back at this point.
Let's go in behind the fork. Try and fall away. Give the site up. Play a retake on A, which is not uncommon. I've seen a lot more teams contest A early on in rounds than we used to see, but this is more old school in the strategy. It also allows for that. The wrap around and push through B early with information so they can swarm them inside of the site and not allow a decent post-plant position. So Dennis will try and work his way in from A man as Oscar gets a kill on Drake and get right. Locker's pretty obvious, but he's got accuracy at least. Finally a kill for NIP, despite having a bomb down early. That is their first in the round. Exist in behind the quad, tries to peek back out, can't quite do it. Burst Fire actually gets one good decent shot in. Wasn't on single and he went back to it. I think it was the other way around. I think he was on single then switched to the burst, but Rops is going to get the kill and he'll get the defuse. It seemed very quick the way he was firing, so I heard the switch and thought the other.
2 players surviving there for Mousesports. Bomb planted for NIP. The defuse comes in just about there. It was Oscar without the kit that went for defuse. Could have cost them the round, but just about get away with it. NIP, like we said, a pretty basic execution towards A. 1 smoke, couple of flashbangs in. Bomb planted, but the retake very successful indeed. Oscar with 3 quick frags there. Good job by him. 1-0 for Mousesports. NIP, I was about to say it. They could force by in the second round. A team with 1.6 pedigree. This is an old school strategy. If you get kills, bring it down to a close situation. A couple of players can get dropped AK-47s, bring out the armor as well. It's an aggressive strategy. Normally want to be buying the AKs on the third, but this can be a surprise play against the SMGs of the CTs. Heading towards B for now. It's going to be Chris J pushing through the smoke. I like that a lot. He's taking down Drake, and he'll probably get the information they've got armor. As he finds 1 frag, Get Right takes him down. Boosts the chance of NIP, I have to say. The res down to 40 now. While still hunting for information. He pushes in towards A main. Rez with a quick frag on towards Dennis as well. It's going to be quite the round, I think. NIP with the lead for now.
Put a smoke out toward the entrance toward A main instead. It's around the corner. Watch inside of the site because they've got Checkers covered off and a rotation towards Heaven, and the Checkers push from Rops Lake. He's going to catch them off entirely. So early by NIP doesn't amount to anything. It's a shutdown for Mousesports. And therefore the money now starts to favor them considerably. It's a great start. We know starts aren't enough to win games, but it certainly makes them easier.
In a best of 1 especially, yeah, it definitely helps out. And it's taking down the force wipe from NIP as well. A strategy designed to surprise your opponents. Not really getting much done at all, no bomb plant. So that's going to be disappointing for the Ninjas. Have to take the full eco here. It was Chris J, aggressive towards B storage, got the information that they potentially purchased into that round. Then Robs with a nice shutdown there towards the Checkers room. Very impressed by that. Quite the easy round coming up against NIP here. Mousesports with aggression once more. It's going to be Lowell pushing into A storage. Didn't get much done in the previous round, but we'll see if he can find unarmored opponents, farm some capital with the UMP. Spots 1. Maybe Oscar to find 2 headshots there through the smoke, so there it is. The easy shutdown from Mousesports. A clean sweep. A bit of a bonus round coming in here, Matt, because they have got 3 UMPs. Lots of cash to work with as well. They may upgrade one of them. I don't think they will. And we've seen lots of fast plays here. And like the guys on the desk were describing, the fact is, yes, NIP have had a great run on cash, but there's a lot of information out there as to what they like to do. Their tendencies are available. Mousesports, with their coaches, analysts, would have been analysing those demos and working out what the best point of approach is going to be. Look at the game plan's working out so far. Do we see any more pushes at the start of this round? Rops towards middle of the smoke. Gets towards the vent for now. No orbs available on either side. NIP slightly weak in terms of their buy, and in terms of utility, 1 Molotov. Wow, pushing A storage once again. He really wants to make this area his own.
Second time he's been in here. Same strategy. Smoke off the entrance late after an early Molotov. Push through or take damage, you back off and then get locked out. It's one or the other. Speaking of Molotovs, they'll use an additional toward the door. Flash in this time. Oscar gets close but doesn't elect to pursue any further other than shutting the door, so he'll get information when that opens back up, and Lowell therefore can get more comfortable inside of A main with Oscar to support him. He'll hear the trigger. This is quite the push, I have to say, from Lowell.
Yeah. Looking like he's going to be baiting an Oscar as well. Rest towards Squeaky Door. Dennis at Highway. Frag's about to come in. So there's the aggro taken away now. The CT can probably fall back at this point. Oscar, that is. Hoping that Lau can step up. It exists to find the first frag. There's the shot, though, from Lau. Strikes a once and manages to get away with it as well towards a locker position. Rez knows he's going to be there. Assuming he's probably fallen back at this point. Exist taking control of middle as well. NIP still within a chance of this one. And as they found Lau, well, they do have the advantage in terms of firepower. Still going to be a 3-on-3.
Smoke out on top of the highway, cuts off between the crate and the forklift. Rez will go in on top of it, goes to quad, but that's where Oscar's waiting, and he walks directly into it. Get right, the last alive. Inside of the site, finds one on Dennis. Knows he's still got quad to contend with, but doesn't know which side of it Oscar's on. And as such, gets found first.
Lau's having a lot of fun here. You can see he's confident to push towards A storage every single round. That same smoke to actually allow him to get to the boost boxes at the start. A little bit deeper than the usual smoke. Then at that point, flashes through. It's nice and close, baited in by Oscar as well. And he's just causing absolute chaos there towards that position. NIP trading frags, but then running out of time. Had to spend so much of their round actually trying to clear certain positions. Again, another 5 seconds to get right. Couldn't do anything with it. 2 versus 1. Gets taken down by Dennis in the end, and 4-0 for Mousesports. Tech9s. A Deagle as well. A partial buy for sure. They have maximum loss bonus into the next round. Looking like an A attack coming in momentarily. Lethal Squeaky Door, and here they come. The final commitment. But Oscar, he says no. Finds that first frag.
Good shot from Forrest on the Deagle, but, oh,
Wow.
okay, now he's got something. I was going to say, but they're still limited. But he picks up a gun. 3rd kill for him in the round. What an entry. What a way to work with the Deagle. Molotov goes in too soon. Gets extinguished immediately against the smoke. Therefore, Forrest can still burrow in. He's got the 4th kill. He's looking for the ace. He's got a headshot again. All 5. What a round. Highest rated player on NIP.
Sick stuff there. We need to see that from his POV if possible. The Deagle headshots all over the place. It looked like quite a comfortable procedure there for Mousesports. And Forrest, he gets 3 in total with the pistol. First shot was great, and he just kept on going. Picks up the AK-47, finds the ace clutch as well. Forrest has been a man possessed in this tournament, looking refreshed, it seems, since the addition of Rez.
All headshots.
Yeah, absolutely. That final one as well, crispy as you like. Round number 6. Bit of a signal there for Mousesports. This isn't going to be easy as it first looked. 4-1. All comes out for Chris J, surprisingly enough. So not Oscar.
An attack timeout given that they stole a round for NIP.
Yeah.
And that's their first round that they've gotten, so this gives them a chance to try and take advantage, hence they'll call the timeout.
Forrest looking very happy with himself, of course. And why wouldn't you? That was absolutely mind-blowing. Good stuff there from the old veteran. We're going to round number 6. The unpause comes in. Draken, like I said yesterday, amazing with the AWP map, on this map especially, shutting down G2. He's so dynamic. Everywhere he went, he seemed to find opening frags against the likes of Kenny S as well. That was really impressive to watch. At the moment, 0 for 5, but first time he gets the AWP, we'll see if he can step up here as we enter a situation up against Chris J, like I said. It's a little bit strange considering Oscar is the main AWPer, but certainly good with the rifle as well. Chris J goes towards B. Moving in towards the storage area. Not going super aggressive just yet, but smokes to buy him a bit more time. Oscar moving towards the A side of the map. Draken, of course. Storage as well, seeing if he can find this first pivot. Chris J does not want to give in just yet.
Molotov down inside of the doorway. Chris backs off, smoke inside of the site. Or rather, inside of the first door, the entrance from B tunnels, but I don't mind this from Rops. It's an off angle. They have to cross it. Check him from above, obviously, but exactly that. They Molotov the cubby. So what?
That's so good though for Robs, right? They're not going to be checking that.
Yeah, this is actually super huge, because they're going to think that's clear. This should be free kills. Exist just happens to back up to the wall because there's nowhere else to look. You might as well put his crosshair there. Rops gets found. That would have been massive. That's actually quite clever.
Well, there it is. It's going to be a 5-on-3 now. NIP doing a very good job towards the mid-area. Finding a couple of frags in the process. It's going to be Oscar, 37 HP as well. So, presumably, NIP will be finishing up towards the A-bomb site. Rez at the squeaky door right now. Clearing out storage, just expending their flashbangs, checking lockers. Don't want to give anything away here. Final position on this side of the map, at least, will be Lau. He's at CT spawn. the truck position, sprays through a whole magazine of the M4A1S, doesn't get anything for it, gives away his position, and surely the frag as well. Get right nails that first shot, and it's going to be Forest looking very good this map, I have to say. One will be planted with 5 seconds to spare, now it's up to Oscar. Finds one frag, and a second as well. Does he get more from this?
That was actually so speedy. He may get more. They're going to chase him down. He's got 10 HP tagged through the edge of the truck. Missed the opportunity to find the shot on Rez. Keep looking for it. Keep searching for it. But unfortunately for him, Exist was moving around behind for the checkmate all the while.
Looking very good, I have to say. NIP, since the gun rounds begin, I guess with the deagles as well, that's a good mid-clearance, and then finding the frags. Very methodical stuff. You could see there was the objective at the start of the round there, finding those kills. Back towards A, and nothing mousesports could do about it. Finally, the money has been broken for the CT side. We've got 5k for Mr. Chris J. HE grenade for him, nothing else purchased though. A couple of PC-50s, that's about it. There's going to be a stack towards middle, hoping they can find the CTs boosting up. It's going to be Exist and Draken. Very simple round for them. Draken's got a bit of a shooting gallery in front of him. 5 CT stacked in that area. They find the first 2 frags. And Exist chiming in as well, finding Lau. Round over. Then it's the last one to go down. So NIP closing the gap now. They're very confident on cash. It's the only map they've had to play this tournament, Matt. Kind of strange to see. That could be actually get them to the playoffs for playing one map. I don't think that's happened in quite a while.
Yeah, there's almost something wrong with that, I think.
It's difficult to gauge how good they're actually looking when you only see one map, right? This looks fantastic.
Well, it's how much. It's not only difficult to gauge. It's genuinely hard to tell how much merit there is in it.
Yeah.
So, anyway, toward A main they'll go. It's Draken on the AWP. Massive gap in that smoke. So thank you very much. Go to quad if you'd like, but chances are they'll identify the gap and not do so. Hence why they're playing in behind the red crate right now. Oscar's in position with his AWP to cover off Lau. Could have both Spaniards making it through to the playoffs in this tournament.
Absolutely. Optic coming up soon.
Don't know why Gunnar just doesn't sponsor that whole team. Lau inside behind the smoke. Ooh, toward the main door.
Yeah.
T-spawn, great shot Exist.
Lau's been trying that a few times now. This time it seems to be catching on. That'll be the commitment as well. Oscar with the AWP. Can't nail that first shot either. Could be Rez finding that, and that's up to Dennis. The last line of defense on the A bomb site. Trying to buy as much time as he possibly can. The backstab's coming in though from the CT area. It's going to be Chris J finding Forest. 3-on-2 now. Chris J pretty far removed from this. Rops. He's coming from CT as well. So here we go then. The retake begins. All for Draken. Smoke's deployed. Looking very good for the Ninjas. They've got another Molotov left for the bomb as well. So how does mousesports actually do anything about this situation? Apparently not that much, because they're going to be falling back. Saving on to the weapons, and 4-4 will be coming in. 4 rounds in a row for NIP as well. After forced by in that second round, limited their economy somewhat, but look very good since the actual gun rounds have begun.
Look at that scoreline from Oscar. 14 kills.
That's not bad at all, is it?
Double anyone else in the server. But the score is level, so perhaps something in that. They won't go hunting too aggressively on the NIP side, but since the timeout, since the impeccable round from Forest, they've won them all.
Well, 2 weapons saved. I would say a pause probably required at this point from mousesports. There it is, it comes in. And we'll have a look at the situation for them. They've got about 3k on the players that survived with the weaponry, so that's going to be Chris J and Rops. They could drop FAMASes or UMPs. Their teammates all about the 3k mark as well, so definitely a buy available, but is that the decision they want to make? Do they want to try and win this round, maybe pistols and some body armor, take a partial buy? They will be a maximum loss bonus next round. I would say they probably could maybe sneak around in with like Deagle's armor and the 2 M4s, or go all in and see what's available to them. Surely going to be buying a few more SMGs at least here. This is the replay once again of the Forest Ace. Unbelievable stuff from him. Oh. Pinpoint accuracy. Oh, yeah. That third especially.
I love when the body's moving and it gets pinned back vertical before it hits the deck.
The old clothesline.
This one was good as well. Identified, that tap through the smoke. Identified that the Molotov was gone, so he takes the forklift position. And then he goes into the one-on-one, takes down Chris J.
Well, Matt, the call comes in. Round number 9. Not too much investment from mousesports here, like we said. Maximum loss bonus next round. So let's be going with some upgraded pistols here. A couple of 5.7s at CZs. Well, has been investigating toward that A main area, but Exist once again opening things up. Finds the first shot. Well dropped and under the CT setup now. He's going to be pushing squeaky door, but Draken and co. just too aware. Seems to be ready for these pushes and finding the first couple of frags here. Don't have to overcommit. See where the aggression keeps coming. I can see Chris J in towards middle. He's got that other M4. His teammate's going to be joining him as well. Bomb down for now in the mid warehouse on the T side, of course. Chris calling for a boost potentially here. Dennis will be coming to help out, but Forrest waiting on the other side.
Forrest is going to go over this eventually, but he doesn't want to commit to the player below. He knows Chris is there, but he's more worried about tunnel vision and the fact that if he goes for Chris, he gets found from elsewhere. Instead, he goes now because Chris was able to take down Get, right? He had to get the trade, but Dennis below follows up. He'll upgrade to an M4A1S. Oscar races back toward the A site because they're going to want in. Cuts off his vision of the internals of the site, but he'll wrap around instead and take it over from the anus and watch, make sure they don't walk through the squeaky door. He's throwing Molotovs out. He does peek it. Well timed. Low HP. Dennis able to follow up one-on-one, and Oscar can't quite close it. Exist holds on. And the streak continues for NIP, now 5 rounds in a row.
Yeah, we did say they would have a shout within that round, even with his 2 M4s and pistols there. Comes down to the 1v1, which I think the CT potentially should have won as well. Exist didn't seem super aware as to where the final position was. It was quite a clumsy exchange, but Exist comes out on top with the AK-47. Round number 10, the double AWP side up coming in now. We always said Mousesports have got quite a formidable duo, Chris J and Oscar. Chris J, of course, the former main AWP of Mousesports. He'll be heading towards B. And it's going to be Draken, though, once again opening up that map. He's got that best spawn towards middle, knocks down Robs, but Dennis replying thick and fast. We're going to have Chris J doing the same thing towards B storage, nails the shot, finds Get Right. And still, the all battle continues. Draken boosted up.
Dennis getting one, but look at Draken go. In to get Dennis back. A very fast action, but traded out by the AWP of Oscar. It's double op setup versus AK.
Yeah.
Close the distance. Exist. Never mind.
Off with his head. Exist, the final player to go down. The orb battle was very interesting there. Draken with a couple of frags as well. Christian and Oscar both doing work. Christian with that final shot to find Exist as well. Looking at a shot within the round, but couldn't find it. We tie things up at 5-5. I think now NIP are aware that the fact there's double orbs available to Mousesports is when they start changing up the strategies. They've been running default so far, shutting down the aggression coming from Mousesports. I think you go for the set pieces at this point. The A execution is very good. The B bomb site looking quite tantalizing as well. Number 11, I think this might be the play straight away. You can see 2 towards Squeaky Door, 2 at A main. Get Right lurking towards B. Now, once again, backing up his teammate Oscar, trying to find that first pick. Nails the shot. Bomb going down as well. That's a huge problem for an IP.
It's traded by Forrest. Forces Oscar back in the site. They'll re-grab the bomb. Draken, though, with Rez. Hold off towards Squeaky Door. They're actually pushed up toward Locker again. It wouldn't surprise me if that was Lowell, although he's dead, so who's taking over? Dennis. Same play, late Molotov down to cover off the entranceway. Door open, Oscar to stare at it. He's safe for now because Oscar can protect.
Yeah, a bit of a misplay there from NIP to have the bomb by itself in that position. Exist drops it, the in-game leader.
I would have thought Forrest would have gone back for it when he found the opener, but didn't elect to.
Well, now they've got to recover it, and Dennis pushes in to a tighter position there once again. Same corner Lowell was using before. Teammate presumably backing him up with the AWP, if indeed he is. So Oscar once more baiting in, hoping to find the first kill. Then Dennis can probably run around the corner, spray down who's over on the other side.
Shot Oscar.
There it is.
Dennis follows up, baited in. That bomb's not going anywhere. And I think the streak is about to be broken. Now the question becomes economics. Can they get more damage done? Rez almost gets 2 for that. Spray transfer a little bit early on the first. Low HP enough on Dennis, but 3 players survive in what is now the 5-round reset.
2 rounds in a row for Mousesports. We do have 1 more buy available for an IP. Round number 12, double orb setup working out very nicely with the international squad. We'll have a look at the scoreboards while we're here as well. Oscar taking his total up to 19 after 11 rounds. That's very impressive indeed. The orb has been promising for him. Rob's at the bottom, 4 for 6. I don't have to do too much here. Going to 4 AKs for an IP. Rez down to the UMP as well. So Draken won't be able to open up the map as effectively. Chris J, though, on the other hand, looking to do just that towards B once again. Terrorist in a full default for now. No one even committing towards Squeaky Door. Rez there by himself. Draken with the bomb towards middle. They've got utility to work with. As I said, my plan would be right now trying to get all the smokes down, Molotov the key positions at A, and try and stick together as a 5-man unit and lock those orbs out of the situation. But for now, very quiet. Chris J still with the AWP and B, and maybe a B split coming in from what I can see at the moment. Forrest does go to join Rez in the Squeaky Door. Maybe get that first pick and fall back, but only allow the bomb site once again. Facing in towards A main, getting information. No one looking at Squeaky Door for him.
Rez and Forrest are going to wait to go through the door. Press E, and magically a door swings open. I try it in real life, never really works. Oscar gets Forrest after he follows up, so they only get 1 kill, and they get no entry. Nades will land at the feet of Oscar, not doing much damage to that of an AWP, but the Molotov will push him back ever so slightly as Get Right will get the plant for NIP. Can't cross back over, but he can cover from quad in the fact that they've got A main to work with. Oscar to make sure there's going to be no lurks. As well, they'll slow the retake efforts for now. They'll smoke off a main. Smart Molotov behind Fort. Draken tagged by it. Has to go for the peek. Has to go for the face. Good retake thus far using utility from Mousesports. Right behind quad. Does damage, but has to do more than that. He has to find kills, and he can't. It would have been a decent effort if he found 1 or 2. The HP was in favor, but the rest was not.
Team ace there for Mousesports, actually looking like quite a decent unit here, I have to say. 3 rounds in a row for them. Ever since they switched up to the double orb setup, it's looked very good indeed. NIP were on a limited buy there, that round. 4 AKs, the UMP. Get in towards A, they find 1 kill. I guess there's a trade at the same time. And Mousesports exploiting the fact NIP on that weaker buy didn't have the utility to really hold them off. Bomb was down, sure, but the 4-on-3 came in. Nothing they could really do to hold them off. They'd be flashing each other in, smoking off the key spots, but Mousesports overwhelming them on the retake there. And we have the match pause, a chance for Threat to get involved and suggest what might be the problem here. Like I said, I haven't really seen much in terms of the real deep strategies coming in. I haven't seen many fakes or even just pinpoint precision in terms of smoke execution, Molotovs on the bomb side, flashbangs everywhere. It's been quite basic approach from NIP, which is fine. But since they've been shut down for the last 3 rounds, I think they probably need to change things up slightly. But if I'm Mousesports at the same time, this pause coming in, you're probably anticipating that. You're probably saying, right, time to go hyper-aggressive. Let's start boosting people over the middle. Let's get that open squeaky door. Just change things up. Just as they're trying to adapt to what we're doing, let's just throw a spanner in the works here. Lau, he looks like he's having way too much freedom. He's not exactly getting a load of frags, but he's getting so much information, right? The fact he has the freedom of an M4 to stand in the main entrance and just keep battling people, doing damage, staying alive for a long time as well. That means they can stack their numbers towards middle, towards B, and then he's got enough time to fall back and get rotations coming in. 13, it is a force buy, Matt. I'm surprised by that. All in. UMP's galore. That suggests it has to be a set piece here. Has to be. They can't just do a default and hope to win around here. So 5 players towards B, that makes sense. Oscar, they're waiting for the AWP. Do they have what it takes to shut him down? Apparently not. An easy kill for him.
Very easy kill for him, but he's given up the site. He's had, yeah, okay. Fair enough. I was going to say, if he's given up the site and he's given them access to the bomb, then that's another thing, but they don't do anything to smoke or cover off CT, and yes, there is smokes in play. Forrest having 1 still left at this point in time, so it does indeed make it easy to drop the bomb. So to try and cover off, get the plant late. 3 versus 3 still. Chance in it. Forrest, AK, although he's on 9 HP, is going to try and cover the rear guard. The rest of them don't really have weapons to work with. UMP, fair enough for Rez, but Deagle for Draken. Oscar's low enough, that might be substantial, sufficient. But Forrest, meanwhile, is still trying to be as careful as he can in peeking toward heaven. And smoke's going down, misses his chance to find Oscar. He's just going to tap to hold him out, keep him off the angle. He cannot afford to get caught by a stray Oscar. It would take him down instantly, but better positioning from Forrest. Back through the smoke, Rez follows up. Unfortunately, it's Forrest against Chris J, and it's the op trying to go for the bait defuse to pull him out. Bomb is not planted for Forrest. But Chris J's got no time, and he's got no life left. Good play from Forrest. 9 HP, and he's very smart about his peaks.
Forrest is looking unbelievably good right now. Those kills towards the vent as well, just as the round fell apart there for NIP. It looked too easy for Oscar, like we said.
It's the best I've seen him look forever, by the way.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree. It's just looking kind of like he's enjoying himself, and the AK's back, and he's getting the 1-taps in, and good positioning, smart clutch as well. Like we said, Oscar, way too easy those first 2 frags. He's gifted it almost. No flashbang coming his way. Shallow Molotov that wasn't good enough. Falls back and gets players crossing to the side. That should have been round over. Sloppy from Mousesports to send 2 players in the vents like that. Maybe he's had to use some utility to actually fend off the T's waiting on the other side, but Forrest, he's loving it. We go into round number 14, as I said. CTs want to start mixing things up now, get aggressive towards Squeaky Door. That's exactly what they're doing. Oscar will be going for the first pick. He's making noise over those scopes, and nails the first shot though. Lyle chimes in as well. Really good play there from Mousesports. That's what we wanted to see. Just as NIP get comfortable, mix things up.
Flash goes down to Draken. Backing away quickly. Good position from Rops as well, pushed up. Try and catch off anyone working toward the site. And he's going to, surely he's going to. Perfect timing. Nade gets thrown. Gun's not even drawn. Get Right's not looking. And he'll go down without a fight, making it, well, not only a 5 versus 2, but it should be 8-6.
Should be. We'll see what happens here. Draken, AK-47, 30 seconds left. They'll be heading towards the vent from what I can see so far. He's just going in first, trying to get the intel for his teammate, and hopefully he can do work with the AK, but he might not even need him as he finds the first shot with the Tech-9. Upgrades to the AWP, not known to be an AWPer. Can he get anything done here? Apparently not. Robson Dennis tag team him from CT Sport and Checkers, and that's going to be quite a clean round there for mousesports. Going to number 15 here. Money is officially broken for NIP. 8-6, very likely to be 9, but who knows? Forrest, that Deagle, he's been doing some disgusting things recently. We'll see whether he can bring a bit more of that magic to the table. Deagle, body armor, pretty much a similar story for every player on the team. A couple of Tech-9s thrown into the mix as well, only one smoke. Not looking too good. Maybe the smoke highway, flash out A main, hope for the best. We'll see what they can actually do here. Lau pushes through once again, surely taken down here, takes a lot of damage.
Oh, with 2 quick kills. Oscar. Good shot on Draken. Good shot by Level again to find Get Right. They can't even walk out from Squeaky Door. He's got them all from behind the forklift. Does get taken down eventually by Exist tapping away with the tech, but 9-6 is where we land on the half. And it's mousesports that take the lead off of it as well. They did start with the pistol +1, but NIP stole 5 in a row before it switched back.
Yeah, amazing plays there from Oscar and Forrest alike as well. They seem to be the talisman for either side. I'm looking forward to what the future holds in half number 2, and we'll hopefully see some more exciting plays. I want to see more of that 5-man action from Forrest and more orb shots from Oscar. We'll take a quick break and see what the second half holds.
NIP mousesports winner goes through to the playoffs. Congratulations, you have tomorrow off. Feel free to do whatever you like in Cologne. It was nice out there today.
So I've heard, but mousesports have the lead for now. 9-6, NIP, the only map they've played in this tournament. Rough start for them going down 0-4, but they did fight back, I have to say. Forest looking especially good with that Deagle and AK clutch. That was probably one of the best of the tournament. All headshots, Matt, as well. Pretty beautiful stuff. But Oscar, he says no in terms of them running away with the game. He gets 24 frags in the first half. That's like sick. 20 frags is normally like godlike status. I'm not even sure what 24 is. That's kind of nuts. We'll see whether he can go for surely over the 30 bomb. Here's the scoreboard so far. There it is. Oscar at the top.
Insane.
24 kills, only 7 deaths as well. On the other side, Forest only gets 14, but what high impact kills they were. Like the fact he gets an ace in that round to actually get them in the game.
So remember correctly, he had 4 in one round and 5 in the other. So he's 9 in 2 rounds and then ends with 14. It's true. Massive impact. You can't dispute that he had a great half, but it is kind of interesting. The spread of kills was not that broad.
Well, here we go then. The Mouse Sports pistol round will mean Dennis has the Desert Eagle. Interestingly, he's got it. Not known to be the highest fragger in his team. Feeling confident though. Goes towards B storage. Can't nail that first headshot. His teammates will commit though. Tech9 there as well. Lots of upgraded weaponry here, but Rez and Forest picking their heads off one by one. Forest continues that amazing form with the USP. 3 kills there, and only Lau remaining. He's only got 8 HP, but he is fighting back considerably. What is this? He gets 3 kills himself, makes it very uncomfortable. NIP almost throwing that round away, I have to say. That was kind of insane the way that went down. But they recover. Forest, at one point known to be the absolute pistol master, gets 3 headshots there, joined by Rez as well. I'm sure we'll see that from his POV. Hiding away in the checker room. One by one, picking them off. They're very focused on the bomb side there. They seem to overlook checkers completely. Upgraded weaponry in terms of a Deagle and a Tech9. Quite rare to see that. Mouse Sports give the pistol away. NIP pull one back. 9-7. Forced by, of course, with no bomb going down. Rops with the Galil. A few Tech9s as well. Deagle for Oscar. So Exist boosted up on the A bomb site. Dennis holding towards B. In terms of the overall setup, looking like we're focusing towards the B side. We have got Chris J, who's opened up the squeaky door, right? He's just going to be showing presence on that side of the map. Got a flashbang to work with, but his teammates make their way towards B. Rez looking in the vents for now. Forest, that headshot, looking to get that first kill.
You may do as well when they work in. Forest, good shot. Swing, catch off Dennis. Look for another, but Lowell's got him inside of the site. And he'll pick up the M4. To the Tech9 though. M4, I think needed a reload, so sticks with the pistol. Finds another one. He drops in a headshot. That is Rez. We'll close out the round, and NIP find number 8.
Do indeed. Mouse Sports there. Little force buy, shows some presence at the squeaky door. In towards B, wasn't quite enough though. Get a couple of frags, but that's about it. It has to be the full eco here as we enter round number 3. No bomb plants as of yet, so money going to be limited in that first buy. I think the Orpers, of course, didn't go all in. Oscar and Lau seem to have considerably more money than their teammates. Exists just on the Tech9. This run's absolutely fine. He's up against unarmored opponents, right? So just hold up. That gun does a lot of damage to Glocks. Nothing invested whatsoever from Mouse Sports here, so if they get the bomb down, I'll be very impressed. But should be the clean sweep for the Ninjas. Biding their time, a couple of smokes deployed at the start to deny any rushes. The bomb makes its way towards squeaky door from what I can see. No, Chris J wants to go A main. Maybe they boost up. What's the big plan here?
And 4 for Get Right. They're going to push him down. He knows it. He knows the elephant stampede is marching on, and he'll spray them down. Go for 4. Come on, Chris. Nope, not quite. Forrest gets the only ace so far. Sorry, you're not the best. You're second best.
He got the assists on the last one.
Doesn't count, Henry.
4.5.
Yep.
Rounded up to 5.
Sure. Pretty good, I have to say, to spray that accurately.
He's always been good at the old
Jokes
sprays.
aside, yeah, it's true. It's true, he has.
Almost got the 5th. Unfortunately not. Here we go, the first gun round though. Bit of a bonus situation for NIP. Galil and a UMP for Get Right as well. Draken, of course. This way he looked so good yesterday against G2. I'm impressed beyond belief at the kind of aggression he was showing, the assertiveness at the very start of rounds. It's done though quite quiet. Looking towards the boost position. Seeing if he can get that first headshot. He was hitting this shot. Left front and centre yesterday. Decent nade there. Could do some damage, not too much. Wow, down to 87. Draken will smoke off middle and default begins for Mouse Sports. Middle to work with here. Back towards middle. Going to be boosting up once again. We said Draken watching that position, so is Get Right as well.
Draken with this shot. Or at least the lineup toward drop. It's going to push you onto him, though. He may get to show. Player on the left side at mid. Dennis, who's waiting to flirt with it, but they jump over Lowell. He takes down GeT_RiGhT, so now Draken needed to hit the shot, needed to follow it up. Unfortunately, Forest and Events is tagged to 16. They can't find it. They had a decent setup, but they just lose the exchanges.
Yeah,
That said, they pull it back in the fact that they're up by 1, but they lose control of middle for a moment. Draken's going to try and hold it.
Yeah, well, they don't give too much away here. It's up to Chris J now. He's looking for the A side, but Exist knows he's there. This is looking pretty lackluster from mousesports. Didn't really deploy enough utility to find those kills in the middle. It's going to be a 4-on-1 now. Just Rops remaining. He has been very good in this tournament, but can he find a bomb plant here? I doubt it. Time ticking away as well. Jumping up on the bomb site. Just hoping a CT steps out of line, but not going to happen. Exist looking pretty strong this game, I have to say. 3 kills with him in this round. Shuts down the bomb plant as well. We hit double digits and the lead here for NIP. Has to be an eco for mousesports. Yeah, I have to say that mousesports round, it was a difficult buy for them after forcing in the first 2, but still didn't really get much done. Draken finding a kill and GeT_RiGhT backing him up as well. Didn't actually give up middle whatsoever. Tactical timeout now for mousesports. What's the play? 3k per player. They do get maximum loss benefits next round, so we can have Tech 9s, we can have some armor as well. Smoke grenades, some Molotovs, and we'll see whether they decide to do that. I'm sure LMVT will be chiming in right now, working out the best point of approach. Nothing purchased as of yet, but makes a lot of sense just to get the upgraded pistols in. You normally go towards the A bombs I hear. 2 smokes down, flashes over, Molotov those key positions, MBK quad, maybe the left hand side of the bomb side as well, so there it is the buy. Tech 9s, as described, very effective on a map like Cache. Have to be careful these rounds. Draken only got 7 kills so far, but this is the half I'm looking to see good things from him.
GeT_RiGhT. M4, white box, trying to peek over it. Spot toward the big garage. Oscar, this time the one boosted. Means that we also have Draken located elsewhere. Unfortunately, my computer's decided that the end was near and decided to off itself.
It's the end of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's some sort of extension of my mood, perhaps. This Exist will get Lowell through the smoke. That's decent on entry. Follows it up. He nearly gets a second. Dennis down to 8. Take the bomb in toward the site. They'll get the plant out of it at the very least, so Tech 9s will amount to more money in the next round, given the plant has occurred, but the round itself not necessarily any better off.
No, NIP going to buy their time here. 5-on-3, Dennis low HP as well. They know they've got pistols here. Dennis without the armor as well. Got it away from death. And surely be found at this point. GeT_RiGhT gets him. So yeah, they'll be able to probably get this with no players dropping whatsoever here for the Swedish side. Just Rops now as he plays from the squeaky door. They know exactly where he is. He can't deny the defuse. Just want to stay alive here with the body armor he's got. Run away, my friend. Hoping CT maybe pushes through. Not even worth taking him down. Keep all 5 players alive here on the CT side. Economy very important indeed. Orb coming out for Dennis this time. I assume he drops that over to Oscar. He does indeed. No double orb set up for NIP after keeping 5 players alive. Not required, really. Forest, though, you have to say, Matt, he actually looked pretty impressive with that double orb set up yesterday against G2. It was actually almost impossible to shut them down. It was very deadly. Oscar towards B storage with the AWP. Rez waiting there by himself. So a bit of a stack towards A. I think we have aggression from Draken once again. We said this was his strongest point yesterday against G2. Can't find a shot this time, but Rez, he certainly does. He actually took down the AWP on the B side of the map. That's insane. In fact, he outduels him in that scenario. Takes the peek from Checkers, I believe, and takes the AWP down. Rob's trying to reply here. 5-on-4. mousesports looking a bit out of the depth here on the T side.
Certainly are thus far. Not a single round to their name yet.
Yeah, and they're losing the first pick time and time again. I want to see that duel again, see how Rez found that shot. The new addition to NIP seems to have great aim and good game mechanics. See if he can carry that on for another NIP victory here. Take it to the playoffs.
That is what awaits. A reward for all your hard work. And it's stolen away as GeT_RiGhT takes down Rops. Dennis, let's GeT_RiGhT back, however. Lowell takes out Drac, and it's suddenly around they have the advantage in, and they're swarming the site bomb. Gets planted off of this, surely. It's going down just now. Nothing they can do to deny it, excuse me. AWP is there if they wanted to try and go for one fast pick, which it looks Exist will do, and then go back to the rifle, but he's shot it, he's fired it, he's given that up, and unfortunately he threw his gun so far away, he's got to run down a few steps at least to grab that before they decide go or stay. And we've had a few close rounds. Money's built for NIP. They can afford to at least make it expensive. That's almost a better win than rushing in and going down. So we'll see if they just keep them near enough to the bomb. But mousesports will suffer a reset. They could do better. Forest takes out Lull. Dennis does get exist.
Yeah, that's a little bit sloppy from NIP, getting those first 2 picks and then seeing way too enthusiastic to push through smokes. To be fair, they got a bit unlucky. Dennis with a double spray down there, and I think it was Lau that got the shot through the smoke. Here's the initial encounter. So this is Rez, I believe, taking the AWP down. So, okay, it wasn't a sick shot by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe a little bit of luck. There was a decent lineup, but Oscar taken down. They get the first 2 picks, but a decent recovery there for mousesports. The first round they post on the board in the second half. Still money available for Dave, like you said, for NIP. Back in the hands of Drake, and same story for Oscar as well. He doesn't want to get taken down for a smoke once again. His teammate Rops actually pushes in towards the B site. Punished for it though. Forest ready and waiting. Oscar taken down first. It's going to be Drake and chiming in as well. 5 on 3. It's just NIP getting his opening picks time and time again. I'll have to go back towards B. Rops needs to step up here tremendously as the smoke dissipates. One player in towards checkers. That'll be Forest. Rez on the bomb site once again. What's the play? They have got smokes and Molotovs to work with. The first Molotov's good.
Forrest will keep himself alive by way of smoke. I'm going to buy a bucket of water in my round. Keep my smoke. Forrest will take out Rops as well by doing so. In fact, burns him back, so Karma, take that. Bottled it back up and sent it back out to the ocean. You can read the letter in your grave. Rez will take down Lowell. It goes now 12-10, and the reset, excuse me, is very, very real.
Absolutely.
It's a thing.
It's very real indeed, and it's the first picks coming from NIP once again. They seem to have full control of this second half, and mousesports, as you said, they win the previous one and lose the subsequent, meaning they have about 3k per player. Nothing purchased once again. Very conservative approach here. They have about 2.5k per player, so they can buy next round. Won't be the best, but definitely something. Don't want to waste any money here. And they'll be having Glocks across the board. Bomb on the back of Lau. As we head into a full eco situation.
Tell me that that TV is not running through my computer, because I just hard shut mine off. So now I don't have a preview or a TV.
Oh,
okay, we're back.
It's okay.
Okay.
Bit scary there for a moment.
I was like, how does that work? Now he's just tormenting us from the grave, this computer.
Well, nothing should be accomplished here, but there is an open A bomb site. We'll see what they can do.
I'm watching your screen, Hank.
Yeah,
How you doing
fine.
over here?
Hold on, we'll go on the feed now.
We can do it. Oh, tab. Like 17 times. We made it. We made it. I'm
Good
hearing
break.
gunshots. There's gunshots fired.
We're on
Someone's
go,
dying. Things are happening inside of the site. I have absolutely no idea what, because I can't see it, but the bomb is blown up.
We're back.
And NIP have won 13-10.
They have. We got there just about, so we're on Go TV right now. Okay, 13-10.
How do you make an inception delay? I think what I can do is cast the Twitch chat, and then they'll get the cast a minute later while something else is happening.
That could work. Presumably the guys at home can see it, so it won't not be as effective, you know?
Well, they'll have seen it before they hear my voice, actually.
Yeah.
Because I'll be casting the delay of a delay.
Well, either way. 13-10. The round does go in favour of NIP. Looking for round number 14. It's another very fast round here. Get right the first shot. Takes 2 down, in fact, as well. Draken once again stepping up with this AWP. Round shut down. And it's going to be a 5-on-2 once again. mousesports can't get anything going here in this second half whatsoever. Chris J. Dennis. No nades. Body armor only for Chris as well, but Dennis finds one back. Dennis has been impressive, I have to say. He's finding kills when required. 15 in total so far. There's a bit more here, and he finds yet another. Surely this round is done, but Dennis doing everything he can to stay alive there. Final shot might be coming in, though. They know exactly where he is. He's got to cross to the bomb site and try and get the plant in.
They know better than I where he is at this point as Rez gets in close to the site. Dennis burning. It's going to go 14 rounds for NIP. Surely as he will indeed burn alive. Locked into the corner. Dennis down. 14 NIP, 10 for mousesports. 2 to go. They'll take their time to just make sure they collect all available additional income, including that of the AWP that Rez picks up to carry over. And it's going to be at least guns this time, surely, for mousesports. Oh, they're on the cusp. They really are on the cusp. So do they force or not? Do they concede overtime point, or do they try and force now and give up everything?
We'll find out. It's one of those pick your poison moments. I would say round number 25 coming in, NIP with 1 run away from match point.
Here's an interesting fact.
Go on.
Do you notice something about Oscar?
He's got 24 frags. He hasn't fragged
At all this
at
half.
all. And they haven't found a single
24
round.
kills in one half.
Yeah.
Almost as good as the half from Magisk we saw at the Major. Almost as good as, well, not quite almost as good as World Edit. That 31 is pretty remarkable. But 24 kills, one half, and none in the second.
That's nuts. And they haven't picked up a single round. Well, they picked up one. The Scarners
He was way ahead of the
8-1.
rest of the team as well. He was basically the only one fragging in the first half, so that maybe says something there.
Robs has dropped off completely as well. 7 for 15. He's been the danger man for mousesports throughout the tournament. The last few weeks especially looked very good, and NIP shutting him down. It is going to be the force buy moment. We did say there wasn't really a correct answer. I think this is probably the best bet though. 3 Galils, a UMP, and AK-47 for Dennis. Probably been their best fragger in the second half. UMP for Chris J, but they've been losing the first frags considerably. Tried the fast approach, locked down. Tried to do defaults, not finding kills. There we go. MIP don't have to work too hard for this. Get right though. He seems to be kind of revitalised as well. Draken and him in towards middle. Why did they keep going in this area? They didn't look challenged whatsoever. Didn't quite catch the frags, but Get Right still nailing headshots. 3 in total. A player that's been missing for the last 6 months. As we get into round number 26, and indeed match point for mousesports. For mousesports? For NIP. It's
For
difficult.
NIP.
We're struggling right now.
Yeah,
Um,
I think I'm just going to cast a scoreboard. Hang on, let's see. Let me see if I can bring up HLTV.
I'm trying to, so basically I've got to spectate myself. Hold on.
It's fine. This reminds me of LAN ETS way back in the day when I did 14 hours, slept on a classroom floor, didn't get paid, and did my own observing and production. We are on it.
Yeah, we're going to do that right now.
This is how Launders and I started actually way back.
Match point, here we go. Chris J, he's got the scout. We've said about 5 times this tournament. At 1 point, the world's best scout player. I don't think I've seen him get a frag with it since we've been saying that. Maybe we should stop, because it seems to be putting him off a little bit. Robs, Desert Eagle, very good at that weapon, but he's very absent in this game. Still not got past 7 frags. What want to do it for NIP in the playoffs? What a turnaround that would be. The first event with Rez looking like this. Only played 1 map. I won't get too excited just yet, but it's looking like a very convincing package. G2, mousesports, taken down. We'll see whether they can convert this final round here. Draken looks to do so. He's been a monster in the second half. Gets 2 frags, and that should be it. Surely they can't get back into this situation.
Owl, Rops on a Deagle. They're going to head over toward B. That's occupied. 2 players in the site, 1 back at the tree. Get Right's already found level down, so Rops can't really do much inside the flames. He'll drop 16 to 10. And we're done, Henry. We don't have to do any more of our own observing.
Well,
NIP are going to pick it up.
luckily it's just towards the end there. NIP, what a stellar performance that was from them. Looking great. Second half especially. Mousesports didn't get a look in there. Final score on the second half, 10-1. That's CT Spider's side, especially towards middle. Get Right and Draken. Surely someone's got to shut them down, as Draken looks like he's having way too much fun on this map. That AWP is absolutely amazing. Mousesports, they had a decent game. They actually won the first half, remember. It was 9-6 in the first, and at that point, just couldn't get rolling whatsoever. Mousesports, the team is getting better and better. Upward trajectory for sure, but they really shut down here on Cash.
All right. Well, on that note, let's just go to a break. We'll be back with the desk in a minute.
The Pay Safeguard post-match breakdown.
We have ourselves a team locked in for the playoffs. ESL One Cologne crowd in the Lanxess Arena will have the Ninjas in pajamas. That's something I'm sure a lot of people, especially some of the members of our desk, will have perhaps a bittersweet but mostly sweet reaction to the Ninjas have made it.
Freiburg was the problem.
Really?
There it is. But yes, Freiburg and of course YNK joining me. They've done it. They're going to be once again in front of that crowd, and it's not something that was necessarily the easiest of tasks prior to this.
I mean, it kind of felt like in the beginning of this year it was like almost winning a tournament just to get out of the groups, and here we are right now. NIP, I mean, convincingly being out of groups, I must say. They played well against all three teams, so I'm super excited. I mean, this team can go super far.
We'll keep our eyes on it. Now, convincingly is the word you're using. Would you use the same for Cash? I mean, it is the same map 3 times. Mousesports felt they had what it takes.
That's the small caveat, right? They just played one map, but I mean that's what teams were willing to play against them. So not much you can say about that. I think it was a dominant win when you look at how the second half ended, especially. Mousesports really in a lot of those rounds they weren't even too close. One would say there were a lot of close rounds in the first half. That's for sure. And Forest, man, Forest is back. If he was ever gone, I feel like Forest, even through the period like you guys were in a slump, he was still performing to an extent like to his abilities. But here, the ace, the couple of clutches, 4Ks, he was doing everything.
What is it like being on a team with Forest? I mean, that's a name no one forgets.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably one of the best players in history of CS, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a very calm, he was a very collected person. He can just go off from game to game. I would not want to play against him.
Nice.
I've been happy enough to be playing with him for almost 5 years. But I mean, the ace he pulled off, which you just saw on stream, is like, it's amazing. And I mean, the 3-1 leagues and just the last two is like, it feels like it's just vintage 1.6 Forest.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like obviously whenever you get an ace on an eco round is a big thing, but especially at that point in the game, very early on, it kind of sets the tone for the rest of it. Mouse tries to force right back into it, they lose that, then they have to eco. That gives NIP the room to work with, and you have the 4K round from him as well, which ended up in a clutch towards B. That was another very, very important round from Forest, and he did lead the pack, but I feel like other players were contributing as well. He kind of stood out because those were the highlight rounds and the clutch rounds as well, but at different points in the game, everyone was doing their part.
Yeah, everyone certainly did do their part. You get to see some of that 4K action now as we do continue to navigate through NIP's successes. Now, if we wanted to understand exactly where Mousesports may have gone wrong, were there like clear errors that we can outline, or was it simply just the likes of Forest doing things like that?
I think in the first half it was Forest kind of shutting them down, because they were doing a very good job at adapting, trying to make moves on the map. CT side, that double push into Squeaky, for example, that was a very important buy for Mousesports towards the end of the first half. Very low buy. They managed to create openings early on, but then their T side wasn't really as much on point. In some of those, set executes, but the biggest problem was actually NIP was able to get openings 20-30 seconds into the round almost every single round, and once you manage to do that, it makes it extremely difficult for the Ts to find a way into the round.
Now here's a weird one for you, Adam. You've played an awful lot of Cash with 4 of the players that have just picked up a win on Cash. Was there too much that's changed from the Cash that you were playing to already adding Res in?
Yeah, I mean, especially the T-sides. The T-sides right now that NIP are doing is not very strategical.
So,
it's more like just pick and play. You see Forest up boost almost every round with an AK. You see Res pushing door, trying to get some frags there. But I think the good thing that NIP are doing is that they don't like overcommit on the positions where they're going for picks. They kind of gather up, at least exist, Get Right and Draken, and they push a bomb site together. So it's not like they're just going like 1-1-1 and taking duels all over the map. They're doing it like well enough. They should not probably do it like too much, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's maybe one of the reasons, because I saw even Mousesports, like Oscar, he had a great CT half, and I think the reason why he did that was that NIP, they challenged him a lot. He got a lot of frags and he played super well.
Right.
So
I mean, was it 19 frags in 11 rounds or something absurd?
Yeah, I think he had like 22 frags when it was like just maybe a few rounds left on the first half. But I think one player that was really missing in this game was Rops. He's been an outstanding player on Mousesports, but we did not really see his full potential this game. Fortunately for NIP, that because I mean the Oscar that we saw, if Rops would have joined him, I think NIP would have had a lot tougher game.
That's certainly something to keep in mind. Mouse Sports, their stars weren't quite aligned for this one, and they will not go undefeated into the Lanxess Arena. NIP, however, will. They are the first team that will guaranteed play in front of that stage, and I'm pointing again, I know that's silly, but I did just walk over there with Pansy, and I'm telling you now, it's a stage you want to play on. It really is, and NIP have that privilege guaranteed. 2 teams already eliminated, and we need 2 teams guaranteed for that stage, the next of which will be decided in a best of 1. Liquid and Optic are coming up after the break. We'll see North America battle versus North America. Domestic affair, and 1 spot for Lanxess.